Hello and welcome back. This is episode 7 of the show. I'm your host, Annie Zomaya, lover of pop culture, entertainment, and human creativity. This is Creative Mode. It is officially New Year's Eve as I'm recording this, and depending on where you're listening, it may already be the year 2026. If so, hello from the other side. We are still in 2025 here on the Western Hemisphere. Today, I'm going to reflect on my year, share some of the things that I've learned, and share a little bit of encouragement and inspiration for you as we move into a brand new year. At the beginning of this year, I went out and bought a brand new journal, as one does, the journal that would change everything like I do every year. And I had such lofty goals of bullet journaling. I even did mood tracking for a whole 3 months before I gave up on that. This ended up just turning into a regular journal, which is totally fine. But in the first few pages of that brand new journal, I drew a picture of a castle, complete with turrets, a flag, towers, and one of those giant wooden doors that folds down like a bridge. And next to that castle, I wrote, "Let the tower fall, I will build a better one." Why did I draw a picture of a castle, and what did I mean by that? So let's rewind a little bit. I am not very familiar with tarot. However, about a year ago, I came across a TikTok that was talking about the Tower card. And I'm looking at an illustration of the tower right now, and it shows a single tower rising tall into the clouds with people falling out of it or jumping out of it, and the tower is on fire. It's a pretty chaotic and scary picture, and generally, the tower card, if you didn't know anything about it, looks like a depiction of disaster. So I looked up what the tower means, and this is a description from the website labyrinthos.co. The tower card depicts a high spire nestled on top of the mountain. A lightning bolt strikes the tower, which sets it ablaze. Flames are bursting in the windows, and people are jumping out of the windows as an act of desperation. They want to escape the turmoil and destruction within. The tower is a symbol for the ambition that is constructed on faulty premises. The destruction of the tower must happen in order to clear out the old ways and welcome something new. Its revelations can come in a flash of truth or inspiration. When I came across this TikTok, even though I knew very little about tarot, I am a fan of symbology and interpreting signs. So for example, if I see or hear a woodpecker, to me that represents opportunity, the sound of knocking, opportunity knocking. So I felt like there was some significance to me coming across this tower card, even if it was just through my phone. And it's because at the end of 2024, I lost my job. And with that, I went through all the stages of grief. I was confused, angry, sad, anxious, all of the things. I kind of felt like the ground was crumbling beneath my feet. I knew that going into 2025, I was going to have to face a lot of uncertainty, and my time and energy was going to have to go towards building something new for myself. And I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't really know what to expect. It had been a very long time since I had been on the job market because I had been in that position for so long. And so in some ways, I felt very much like I was being cast out of a tower that was crumbling, and that was my life. But I started reflecting on what this might really mean for me. I also found a Reddit post that says, "Is drawing the tower card ever a good thing?" And the top comment says, "The tower is always a good card. It is my favorite card in the deck. When the tower appears, it means a change is coming. Illusions are being stripped away. People are going to reveal their true selves. All the stress and angst of keeping things from falling apart is over because it's all going to fall. When the tower has passed, everything in your life is as it should be. The relationships that remain are true, honest, and enduring. All the ugly secrets are no longer lurking in your suspicions. You know now that you were right or wrong without a doubt. Tower events can seem traumatic, but only if we are running around foolishly trying to stop the crash. Let that go. Like a crisp spring breeze, it freshens everything and blows away all the chaff." Back to my drawing of the castle. I told myself at the very beginning of 2025 that this would be the year of the castle for me, and I was going to accept the tower crumbling and build my own new tower. And I have to say, looking back on the year, I did. I went through a lot of change, growth, learning, trying new things, a ton of rejection. I'm going to share with you just a little bit of the journal entry that I wrote next to that drawing of the castle. This year, 2025, will be a year of practicing radical non-judgment when it comes to my creative endeavors. I am building something brick by humble brick, and change takes time. I wish myself good health, good ideas, and many good days. And if, in the end, the castle is not so grand, that's okay too. At least I'll have something to build onto the next year. Looking back almost 365 days later, I feel like that journal entry was somewhat prophetic. Yes, the year 2025 started off a little rough. I had a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear and anxiety, and I wasn't really sure what the path was going to look like or even where I was going. After learning about the tower and what it represents, my perspective changed, and I started to feel excited. Yes, the thing that I knew and was familiar with and felt secure in was gone, was crumbling away, but it also meant that there was so much possibility in my future, that this was actually an opportunity to start anew, and being cast out of the tower was a windfall. I made a conscious decision to see it that way and to make it my reality. I even wrote down some ideas for things that I might do in 2025, start a new TikTok account, self-publish my book, start a business, build a garden. And I'm happy to say I have a 50% achievement rate. Those last two, I started a freelance business and I built a garden. And some surprises cropped up too when I became a beekeeper almost by accident. That's a story for another day. But I also nurtured the relationships with the people around me. I looked for ways to get involved in my community. I found a yoga class and made some friends there. And now it's something that I look forward to every single week. And I'm also investing in my health on a regular basis. Not to mention discovering the wonderful world of podcasting and reigniting my creative side. Even though there's still a lot of uncertainty and a lot of ups and downs in my life, I feel like I'm rich in all the ways that matter. Now, let's be real. Loss hurts. When you lose something, you have to grieve it. You have to make space for the loss and for its absence. You have to process it. It's just part of life, and it's always going to hurt. It's also true that when we lose something, there's space for something else to grow or something else to move in. I want you to reflect on your year and think about if there's anything that you'll be leaving behind, anything that you're going to miss, or maybe something that you lost either by choice or not by choice, or just something that you intentionally don't want to bring into 2026 with you. And then think about what you can build upon. What did you learn this year from losing something or from struggling with something? What strength did you find within yourself? And what can you build for yourself in 2026? What will your castle look like? What color will it be? How many towers will it have? How many windows? Think about your story up to now and what you want to come next, because you do hold the pen. Of course, there are things in our life that we can't control, but think about what you can. Brick by humble brick. Think about what you can build for yourself, your community, and the people around you. Nobody else has your life experience. Nobody else has your story. Nobody else has your creative talent and your unique strength. But there is something that you can contribute that is going to add value to your life and to the lives of the people close to you. So I want you to reflect on that. And also, I want you to get really, really comfortable with rejection. Because if you can learn to tolerate rejection, it is going to change your life. Let me say that again. If you can learn to tolerate rejection, it is going to change your life. In order to find my next career path, I had to face rejection out of necessity. I knew it was going to be a part of it. So I just got really, really comfortable with being told no, with being turned down, with being ghosted. And now I try to apply that to other parts of my life too. So sometimes things don't work out creatively, professionally, whatever. But if you can learn to tolerate that and just move on to the next thing, it's really going to open so many doors for you, because you will start looking for opportunities that you wouldn't have even noticed before. That's my goal for you in 2026, is to get really, really comfortable, or at least tolerant of rejection. If you feel like the ground is crumbling beneath you, let the tower fall, because you can build a better one. Brick by Humble Brick. Now, on a lighter note, let's talk about some pop culture. Tonight, I'm looking forward to watching the finale, the big finale of Stranger Things with my friends. I'm also sad because it's going to be the end of an era, but it's also going to be a really exciting moment, I think, for the fandom. So I'm looking forward to that, and maybe we'll talk about it next week, but I'm going to do my best to not share any spoilers. I'm also looking forward to the next episode of Fallout Season 2. I've been playing one of the Fallout games, Fallout New Vegas, and my friend Devin has been helping me play that game. He's been very patient in helping me learn the mechanics. I think I talked about this in a previous episode, so thank you so much, Devin. I really appreciate you. You inspire me every single day. And in 2026... I'm sure there's going to be so much to look forward to in the pop culture space. The Met Gala is going to be coming up. Supergirl is going to be coming out. I need to read the comic Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to reading that. There's going to be so much to talk about. I can't wait to hear new music in 2026. I'm hoping it's going to be a really good year for pop music. I know our girl Charlie XCX is going to have some new releases. I think she just announced a new project today, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to have a lot of fun in 2026. And what will my goal be for 2026? Maybe I'll tame a dragon. Maybe I'll keep building onto my castle. Who knows? I don't know. Find me on Instagram at Annie Zomaya or go to angelazomaya.com/podcast and let me know what you're looking forward to in 2026. Let me know what your plans are. What's your castle going to be like? Maybe you can build it next door to mine. That sounds like fun. Text this episode to someone that made your life better in 2025. Thanks so much for listening. I will catch you again next week.